Good morning. Hope you slept well. Hope you are ready to hear a reading and getting into the Word. We are still on week 9 and today is day 62. We are going to be pretty much the gist of Leviticus. The overall message is the sanctification, and it's about receiving God's forgiveness by holy living and spiritual growth. Basically, since Israel had been redeemed by God, they were now to be purified into a people worthy of their God. Now, we will be going into Numbers, which is the 4th book of the Torah. The Torah is a compilation of the first 5 books of the Bible: Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. The Torah is also known as the Pentateuch. In Christianity, Jewish people refer to Torah. Christians refer to the Pentateuch, I believe. And the Torah actually originates from Greek. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we are on day 62, week 9, and we are going to be reading from Leviticus chapter 27, verse 14, and then we're going to start on a new book, Numbers chapter 1, verse 54. If a man dedicates his house as something holy to the Lord, the priest will judge its quality as good or bad. Whatever value the priest then sets, so it will remain. If the man who dedicates his house redeems it, he must add 1/5 of its value, and the house will again become his. If a man dedicates to the Lord part of his family land, its value is to be set according to the amount of seed required for it: 50 shekels of silver to a homer of barley seed. If he dedicates his field during the year of Jubilee, the value that has been set remains. But if he dedicates his field after the Jubilee, the priest will determine the value according to the number of years that remain until the next year of Jubilee, and its set value will be reduced. If the man who dedicates the field wishes to redeem it, he must add 1/5 of its value, and the field will again become his. If, however, he does not redeem the field, or if he has sold it to someone else, it can never be redeemed. When the field is released in the Jubilee, it will become holy, like a field devoted to the Lord. It will become the property of the priests. If a man dedicates to the Lord a field he has bought, which is not part of his family land, the priest will determine its value up to the year of Jubilee, and the man must pay its value on that day as something holy to the Lord. In the year of Jubilee, the field will revert to the person from whom he bought it, the one whose land it was. Every value is to be set according to the sanctuary shekel, 20 gerahs to the shekel. No one, however, may dedicate the firstborn of an animal, since the firstborn already belongs to the Lord. Whether an ox or a sheep, it is the Lord's. If it is one of the unclean animals, he may buy it back at its set value, adding 1/5 of the value to it. If he does not redeem it, it is to be sold at its set value. But nothing that a man owns and devotes to the Lord, whether man or animal or family land, may be sold or redeemed. Everything so devoted is most holy to the Lord. No person devoted to destruction may be ransomed. He must be put to death. A tithe of everything from the land, whether grain from the soil or fruit from the trees, belongs to the Lord. It is holy to the Lord. If a man redeems any of his tithe, he must add 1/5 of the value to it. The entire tithe of the herd and flock, every 10th animal that passes under the shepherd's rod, will be holy to the Lord. He must not pick out the good from the bad or make any substitution. If he does make a substitution, both the animal and its substitute become holy and cannot be redeemed. These are the commands the Lord gave Moses on Mount Sinai for the Israelites. The Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting in the desert of Sinai on the first day of the second month of the first year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. He said, "Take a census of the whole Israelite community by their clans and families, listing every man by name one by one. You and Aaron are to number by their divisions all the men in Israel 20 years old or more who are able to serve in the army. One man from each tribe, each the head of his family, is to help you. These are the names of the men who are to assist you. From Reuben, Elizur, son of Shedor. From Simon, Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. From Judah, Nashon, son of Amminadab. From Issachar, Nathaniel, son of Zuar. From Zebulun, Eliab, son of Helon. From the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Elishama, son of Ammihud. From Manasseh, Gamaliel, son of Pedazur. From Benjamin, Abidan, son of Gideoni. From Dan, Ahizar, son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Pagel, son of Okran. From Gad, Eliasaph, son of Deuel. From Naphtali, Ahira, son of Enan. These were the men appointed from the community, the leaders of their ancestral tribes. They were the heads of the clans of Israel. Moses and Aaron took these men whose names had been given, and they called the whole community together for the first day of the second month. The people indicated their ancestry by their clans and families, and the men 20 years old or more were listed by name, one by one, as the Lord commanded Moses. And so he counted them in the desert of Sinai. The descendants of Reuben, the firstborn son of Israel, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name one by one according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Reuben was 46,500. This is going to be very repetitive because it's going to list each individual name that I just went through and then however many people were in that particular tribe. So just bear with me. From the descendants of Simeon, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were counted and listed by name one by one according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Simeon was 59,300. So I'm going to shorten this a little bit because it's kind of set up in these chunks, chunk, and there's like 10 of them. So what I'm going to do is let you know what the name of the tribe is, the person who's head of that particular tribe, and then I'm going to let you know the actual numerical number of how many people are in that particular tribe. So we left off with Simeon, and they had 59,300. The descendants of Gad, 20 years and up, there were 45,650. The descendants from Judah numbered 74,600. The descendants of Issachar was at 54,400. The descendants from Zebulon, 57,400. From the sons of Joseph, the descendants of Ephraim, it was 40,500. And Manasseh was 32,200. The descendants of Benjamin, 35,400. The descendants of Dan, 62,700. The descendants of Asher, 41,500. And the descendants of Naphtali, 53,400. And I'm sure all this means something. It's very detailed. So these were the men counted by Moses and Aaron, and the 12 leaders of Israel. I'm sorry, I said 10 earlier. It's 12, the 12 tribes of Israel. All the Israelites 20 years older or more who were able to serve in Israel's army were counted according to their families. The total number was 603,550. The families of the tribe of Levi, however, were not counted along with the others. The Lord had said to Moses, "You must not count the tribe of Levi or include them in the census of the other Israelites. Instead, appoint the Levites to be in charge of the tabernacle of the testimony, over all its furnishings and everything belonging to it. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings. They are to take care of it and encamp around it. Whenever the tabernacle is to move, the Levites are to take it down, and wherever the tabernacle is to be set up, the Levites shall do it